raising its voice on behalf of millions and millions of people who believed in the movement of Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Millions and millions of these people who saved their hard-earned money to donate for the construction of the temple, and then after the construction was completed, as offerings to the God. We all know that families save money for years to go for pilgrims. For these pilgrimages, they save money, and then that money is also offered to the Lord across the country. But the BJP's model, the RSS's model of politics in the name of faith and a business model around temples. Now, this business model around temples is daylight dacoity. It's a daylight dacoity not just of the offerings, jewelry, money, valuables that people offer to the Lord, but also dacoity of our faith, of our trust, of the confidence that we have in the trust that was constituted by the Prime Minister's office on the directions of the Supreme Court. The trust which was entrusted the task of maintenance and upkeep of the temple, of regulating all the pilgrims, of being custodians of the offerings which people made to the Lord. And that trust was constituted, as I said, by the Prime Minister's office and by the RSS. They take credit of the construction of Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Though the temple was constructed on the orders of the Supreme Court. But who is taking the credit? Narendra Modi, RSS, Amit Shah. Now when they have been caught red-handed stealing from the offerings, Prime Minister is silent. RSS is quiet. Amit Shah is absent. Who will take responsibility of this daylight robbery? Why is the Prime Minister quiet? You can't arrest junior officers, junior employees, and allow the senior people who are supposed to be watchdogs to get away scot-free. That's what is happening in Ayodhya. There is an attempt to protect someone. Whether that someone is in Delhi or Nagpur, we don't know. But there is somebody or a group which is senior who is being protected. We have been raising our voice, we have been asking questions, we have been raising our demands on behalf of a lot of believers. Nobody has a right to defame the Hindu faith. Nobody has a right to backstab that faith the way RSS and BJP has done in Ayodhya and elsewhere also. There are reports coming from Badrinath temple. There are reports coming from another temple, Baglamukhi temple in Madhya Pradesh. That right, I am afraid nobody can give. These are self-appointed thekedars, contractors, custodians of my faith, of our faith. And look what they have done in the name of faith. I'll give you some examples which are very startling. There is a company called L&T. L&T offered that they will construct this temple free of cost. 1 rupee they will charge. No. 2100 crores was spent on construction of this temple. When there is a company which is willing to construct it free of cost, why do you have to spend 2100 crore rupees? A stone supplier from my state, Rajasthan, If you see the facade of the temple, they've used the Dholpur stone. Dholpur stone comes from my state. So there is a stone supplier from my state who offered to supply stone free of cost, again charging 1 rupee. No. The trust decided to buy stone 500 rupees per square feet. That's the 1 square feet stone right here. So 500 rupees per square feet. When there is a person willing out of his faith to donate that stone free of cost, why do you have to spend so much money? I'll give you a third example. A land was purchased by this trust 7-8 kilometers away from the temple for 86 crores. And now on that land they were growing cattle feed. Believe me, there is no Gaushala attached to the temple. So who were you growing this cattle feed for? That land was bought by the trust at the price which is 8 times higher than the market price. What was happening in the name of faith in Ayodhya? What is still happening in the name of faith in Ayodhya? Raises very, very important questions. We have asked the Prime Minister to speak up. We have also asked that this trust should be dissolved and a new trust should be constituted with religious leaders, activists, people who are influential in the society, who have a good name in the society. They should constitute the new trust. And we want to know, if everything was so transparent and nothing was going wrong, why was Champat Rai removed? Why was Anil Mishra removed? Why have 8 or 9 people been arrested? Why was the CCTV footage removed? We demand a digital forensic investigation of all their accounts, of everything. A complete forensic audit is required of donations, offerings, land deals, the same land being bought again and again. There are several examples of that. So, in the name of Maryada Purushottam, Lord Ram, anybody found stealing, misusing the name, needs to be punished, howsoever high he or she may be occupying that office. Even if that office belongs to Delhi, even if somebody sitting in Nagpur is responsible for this theft, that person needs to be brought to book for the sake of millions and millions of people who contributed to the construction of this temple and who also offered their belongings, their valuables to the God. We have demanded a time-bound inquiry under the supervision of a Supreme Court judge, sitting judge. If the government has nothing to hide, why are they running away from this demand? This so-called SIT, people don't have much faith in this SIT. People want an independent inquiry. The SIT report was submitted to a member of the trust, the same trust which is under question mark. So, entire country is shocked at the way 30 years, for 30 years RSS, BJP, Vishwa Hindu Parishad collected money in the name of Lord Ram. Nirmohi Akhada accused the Vishwa Hindu Parishad of siphoning off 1400 crores some 25 years ago. No investigation. Nothing. Over the last 30 years, thousands and thousands of crores have been collected by RSS and Vishwa Hindu Parishad and BJP and siphoned off. This is the business model of theft. Your question.
आप देख रहे हैं लाइव न्यूज 99 राष्ट्र सबसे पहले।